Have you ever wondered, how do we get the chords in the key of C major? Where do they come from? Music theory is on the menu today, and this blew my mind when I first learned it. By the end of this lesson, you will understand the relationships between scales and chords. Yes, they are related. We are going to build chords using the notes of the C major scale. These become chords in the key of C major. My aim is to leave you with a head full of awesome, mind-stoking information and zero headache. Why C major? When we're talking music theory, generally we begin with the C major scale because we don't have to deal with any sharps or flats. The C major scale is simply C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. When we're making chords in this key, we're only allowed to draw from this selection of notes. This is our C major palette. The simplest way to get started is to take the notes from the scale and line them up. If we take the C, the 1, jump over the D to the E, take the E, jump over the F to the G, take the G, group them together and put them to one side. We're going to move across, we're going to pick the D, alternate, pick the F, pick the A, group them together, put them to one side, E, G, B, group them together, do the same, F, A, C, do the same. I'm going to add the second octave here to make it an easier visual. G, B, D, A, C, E, and B, D, F. We now have 7 groups of 3 notes. These are our foundational chords. We have a chord with its root note, its first note, on each degree or each note in the C major scale. These are essentially our chords in the key of C major. I'm going to fast track a bit of information now and follow it up with the detail. The order of chords in a major key is always the same. They're numbered from 1 to 7 in Roman numerals. The 1 is major, the 2 is minor, the 3 is minor, the 4 is major, the 5 is major, the 6 is minor, and the 7 is a diminished chord. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. This is a priceless formula to remember and transferable if you're wanting to work out chords from other keys as well. Applying this information to our 7 groups of notes, we can now see that the C is a major chord, the D is a minor chord, the E is a minor chord, the F is a major chord, the G is a major chord, the A is a minor chord, and the B is a diminished chord. So C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished are all the chords in the key of C major. We could stop there really, but we won't. For those of you who are curious and want to understand what makes a chord major, minor or diminished, we need to dive a little bit deeper into the theory aspect of it. So you might want to get yourselves a cuppa and a pencil. Let's put a pin in everything we've learned so far, backpedal a little bit to discuss and introduce the musical alphabet and how it relates to the major scale. So we've been talking about C major. We know that C major is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, but we're actually missing notes out to create the desired major sound. If we introduce the musical alphabet, this is every single note that exists between C and C in this context. That would be C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, and C. There's a name that quantifies the distance between each note, and that is called a semitone. So from C to C sharp, that's 1 semitone. From C sharp to D, that's 1 semitone. This is how our guitars are set up. So if you want to visualize this using your guitar and get to know your guitar a little bit better, if we come to the 3rd fret of the A string or string 5, that plays a C note. If we go to fret 4, we have a C sharp, fret 5 we have a D, then we have a D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, and then C. So on the 15th fret, we have A, C again. That foundation set, we can bring back our 7 chords from earlier. To work out the quality, major, minor or diminished, of each of these chords, we need to understand the relationship between the notes within the chord. So the C to the E and the C to the G, for example. This is where we can introduce intervals. Now, intervals are the distance between 2 notes. The distance measured in semitones from one note to the next has a specific interval name. I'm going to set us some boundaries here to keep us focused, because in the context of today, we only actually need to know the names of 4 intervals: the minor third, flat third, a major third, a flat fifth or diminished fifth, and a perfect fifth. We have some good old formulas for this situation. So our minor third, the flat third interval, we have a distance of 3 semitones in that interval, which means when we start from the root note and go 1, 2, 3, this note is our minor third. If we look at our major third, we have a distance of 4 semitones. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That gets us to our major thirds. For the diminished fifth or flat fifth, we have 6 semitones. And for our perfect fifth, we have 7 semitones. Taking this, let's analyse our chord from earlier. A set of formulas for reference here while we're working our group of notes out. A major chord is a root note, a major third and a perfect fifth. A minor chord is made up of a root note, a minor third and a perfect fifth. And a diminished chord is made up of a root note, a minor third and a diminished fifth. Looking at our first group of notes here, we have C, E and G. So C to E is what we look at first, counting the semitones. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a major third interval. And then looking at the relationship from the C to the G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's a perfect fifth. So we have a major third and we have a perfect fifth, which means our first chord is a C major. Looking at the next group, we have D, F and A. Now this is an independent chord within the key. So we have D to F. How many semitones there? So 1, 2, 3. That's 3 semitones. That's a minor third. And then D to A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's again a minor third interval and a perfect fifth interval. So that gives us a D minor chord. If we look at the E minor, we have E to G, that's 3 semitones, the minor third. And the E to the B is 7 semitones, that's a perfect fifth. So that's another minor chord. The F to the A, 1, 2, 3, 4, major third. The F to the C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect fifth. So we have an F major chord. I'll let you work the remaining 3 chords out for yourself. I feel fairly confident that you understand the pattern now. This is also transferable. Everything in this lesson, the formulas and the method is transferable to working other keys and chords out from scales. So if you were to take, for example, a G major scale, which is G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, apply the same principles. It's awesome brain food, and it will join dots together in a way that as you build that network, just little lights will pop on for you. In this lesson here, I talk you through major and minor triads, what makes up a triad, how you work them out, and where you will find those in 6 different positions on your guitar fretboard. I'll see you next time.